Okay, I try to give you another short video here and showing you how to separate things like you referenced to this morning in your little post. Anyways, if you select the fuselage, it's all together. At this point, if you go up here to Object Mode and go to Edit Mode, and then in Edit Mode, select All, and then right-click and go down to Separate by Material. Click on that. Now you've separated the front from the back. If you go back now into Object Mode, and I'm just going to click off, and I click on here, and if I hit Shift H, it hides everything except for the front. Okay? Now there's probably a way. I ain't got nothing to lose here, so let's give it a shot. I'm going to click off here, and I'm going to go back into layout where I'm at. I didn't go to anything else. If I let's click on the fuselage, and let's try this. I'm going to go to Edit Mode. I'm going to select all, and then if I, let's see, if I go to right click, and if I separate by material, see what we got here. I'll go back into Object Mode. Okay. Nope, it didn't make a difference. So it's all, the pipe and everything's all one object, so it didn't matter. It's just that's one object. So I'll Control Z and undo what I did earlier. Should be back to here. Yep, those two are separated now. So what you can do now is you can shift select the two objects, and then you can hit Control H, and it will hide everything. So now you have the two objects, but you can only work on one object at one time. If I wanted to add, say, if I wanted to mess around with the lines here, let's say I had something going over the top. If I go into Texture Paint, and let's see, I am working on the back half, which is here. So if I were to take and grab, I'll just use whites because it's easiest. And I'm going to go for a small line. So again, use your bracket keys, knock your line down. And I'm going to go for a fall, make sure my fall off is even. I'm going to go for line, and I'm going to start right up here, let's say. And let's put a racing stripe on it. I'll extend out. I'm going to come across to here. Now you see it's just on the back half. What's nice of having all your files in here, what you can do now, I think I got to go back to layout, and I'm going to click on the front, and then I'm going to go back to the texture paint. Now I can go back here, and I can click right on here and go across the front, and I'm going to get my dashed lines right in between there, and there it is. Now I've got the line extended over both pieces, and they're aligned. I don't have to keep going in and out of Photoshop, or in and out of Microsoft Flight Simulator to make sure they're lined up. Get used to using your keypad. This is the 3 key. This is the 7 key. That's the 1. There's 9. And then various, that's the 4 key, and that's the 6 key, and so forth and so on. If I hit the 3 key, let's see. I got to remember how this works. Yeah. 3 is that side, 9 goes to there. If I go to 7, I think I go to 1 on 7. I can never remember here. I don't know if it works on that or not. Ah, yeah. Go from 7 to 9. That flips them. Get used to your keypad, because it can make working faster. And you see I'm messed up here. So if I Control Z, all right, again, I can find the center line. Let's see, am I in the texture paint? Yes. Click here. Let's go texture paint. Why did I knock out? I went too far back. Let's see, edit. Don't know how to redo on this thing. Edit, Control, Shift Z. Will that bring me back? Alright. I must have hit something here. I put myself into a mode here that I didn't want to be in. Let's go back to layout. Let's click on here. Let's go back to texture paint. And I got myself. There we go. Now we're back. Okay. I'm going to go to 3. Let's go. No, let's do 7. Alright. Again, come out. And I think I'm on the back. I could start right here. Let's change to, say, an orange. I'm going to click on the white, click on the eyedropper, go here, sample my color. Then I'm going to try to estimate, right there's probably center line. And the top of there's that. I'm off a little bit. It's not quite right. But then I'm going to go back to layout. I'm going to click on the front. Go back to my texture paint. And again, I'll line that up as best I can. Go straight on down to the top of there. Maybe right to there. And there's my stripe across the top. Now I went overboard on here. I'll have to come back in and touch that up. That's pretty easy to do. But there's a slight jaunt right here. I may not have been perfect up here, and it's easy to just Control Z. Go back to 7. Go back out because I've changed my size. It's about right. I think I'm lined up here. Still off a little bit. Control Z. Move it over a little bit. There, that's better. That's got it. And I can just go back to my black, switch over. If you know how to use the hotkeys, you can switch back and forth between colors. You know how to do this stuff. But yeah, there we go. I'll just get that touched up. I'm on the liner. Oh. Yeah. Now I see I got a little shadow there from the antenna. And I can always go back and just take care of that. Okay, and then you could go over and adjust this antenna. Maybe it's easier to find it on here. Yeah, there it is right there. So it'll be easier just to take and go in here. I'll go to the black and slide all the way up to here and get my white back and just go back up to the brush, not brush, stroke, and take it back to space. And I could make my brush a little bit larger and clean all that back up and get it. That's easiest to do that way. And then that's back to white. And for this, I could switch back to my fall off, or not my fall off, my stroke, and go back to the space, the line. You can do that down here too. You can switch over here, and there's other places, but I can just go straight up like so. Boom, and boom. I'm sure there's faster, easier ways to do things. I hunt, peck around, and make things work as best I can for whatever I'm doing at the time. Coming down the sides, you know. Again, if you wanted to put a stripe down the side here. See, I don't remember. Oh, I'm on the front. So I could go across like so. Now it's just as easy. Grab the back, go back to texture paint, and then sometimes if I'm working on, say I want a pointer up here. Oh, I gotta switch. I'll do it back here. Let's say I want a nice sharp point on this. I'll just get my stripes to where I want them. A little further here. And then what I'll do is I'll set up this other color to match the gray. Get a sample of it. And then I can take my brush and I can come in here and I can get a nice sharp point across there. Coming in here. You see how that works? Stuff like this is a little bit harder to do, but you can always, I could switch over, go right up here like so, and do it that way, or I could have made this line a little bit wider or whatever. Up here where the antenna's at, if you want, you could just move in close. Slide her down, and I can just, oh, I bet you I'm not on the front, so I'll go back to layout, switch to front, and go back to texture paint, and start right about there, and extend that over, and then I could get a larger brush, go out like so, and sharpen that up, and that's how you do that kind of painting. Alright? Hope that works for you. And then, always remember, anytime there's an asterisk here, save it. And if you're not worried about where you're working out of, you can just hit the old image and just hit save. And when I'm working in a separate folder, that's easiest to do. If I'm working on a base file, then I got to remember where my base file is and stuff like that, and work on it that way. Hope that helps anyways. There's other ways to bring in files. Again, let's see, let me go back to texture. What a lot of people don't understand is if you want to work on an individual file, let's say that I want to change something here. I'm on the fuselage forward. What I can do here is I can go to Material, and I can go Single Image. Now, I just made that pink. Now, if I go Open, I could go to, let's try, boom, 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 Desktop. Let me go to, where's the Kodiak? SWS Kodiak. There it is. Let's go to Objects, Airplanes. Let's go to Gear here. And what do we got here? I don't know what this one is. I'm just, we're on the forward fuselage, so I'm going to click on this. Boom. I just brought in that texture. Now I could work on that texture, and then I could, as long as I save it back to where I got it from, nothing's going to change. But that's how you bring in a single image and work on a single image from another aircraft or another part, is this single image thing here. It can mess you up if you try to do it where you just bring in a blank Blender file where there's no textures at all, and you want to bring in this image, you can do that, but you're just going to get that image file. You're not going to get all the rest of it, so you can't do any alignment or anything to say how easy it would be now if I wanted to take this and I wanted to fix this up to match the colors. I could easily, let's move this one over, and we'll click on here, and I'll go sample, and now I don't know, I'll have to try this and see what happens. If I go to fill, oh, that's why, because I'm not on the object. Alright, let's go to layout. I better Control Z and unzip. Uh-oh. I didn't like that. Alright, blew that one. Let's go edit and undo. Alright. If I switch to layout and go back to here and go to texture paint, I don't know. Oh, yeah, see? You can't do that. That just messed everything up because I switched off single image thing, so I've never done that before, so that's telling me it's trying to show me the whole plate right there of this single image. That's what's going on here. So if I go back to, I think, material, yeah, I get my stuff back. But then I lose my stuff up front. Because up here it's still showing, it brought in that other image somehow. So that give you an idea how Blender can really play with your head and stuff. I don't do that. I don't do any of this stuff. I'm just going to close out. I'm not going to save any of this. What I generally do was, and that's the whole idea of having this extra livery. Now I could come in here and I could set up new folder, and I could go made it livery. Let's go livery 3, and I can go. If I'm working on livery 2 and livery 3 is not that far off, or let's say I just take the original texture files or the base set. If I've got them all, let's say my base set is all white, I can take and let's go to livery 2. No, how about livery base set? No, that's the other one I just did original. There we go. I can select all, and then I can go back out. I could go, let's see, home, copy, and we'll go up to base livery set 3. I'll right click and go paste. Now I have that whole set of PNGs in here. View large icons. I've got basically another livery set. And what I can do at this point is I can go into my working community folder. If, let's say, I'm working on an aircraft and I already have something set up, I can take and go to, sure, let's go grab one of yours. Otter, let's see, is it this one? I don't remember which ones I have from you. No, oh, that's the Otter. Dummy. How about if I get into the Kodiak? Do I even have it in here? I may not even have a Kodiak in here. There it is, Kodiak. And I got, let's see, let's try this one, the RD, okay? Sim objects, airplanes, let's go to the gear, and I'll go down here to the texture file, and let's go down to fuselage forward. I'm going to open that up in Photoshop. Taking a little bit longer than I want to here, and I missed my news again. Alright, let's see. Okay. I opened up the wrong thing. Wouldn't you know it? I'm not doing too good today. Let's see. Let's move that over so I can read what I'm getting. That's the PNG. Fuselage gear, rear, forward, forward. There we go. That's got it. Now, if I take this and I go File and Save As, and I'll go down here and I'll go to PNG, and for right now I'm going to save it to the desktop. So I'll save it to the desktop. Okay. I'm going to close that out. Now if you can see here, there's the file, and it says PNG. Alright. Properties. Yeah, it's just straight PNG. And if you look at these, they have an extra PNG on there. So basically what you got to do is just go here and add the old .png in small letters. Just like that. Now I can take this file and I can copy it into here. Or move it in there, whatever you want to do, and replace it. Now I should be able to, if I had it set up right, and I don't have all this set up right, so I can't do it right now. I could go open this setup now, and I would have those files in there, and I could work on that, change it. And then it's, once I change this, it's just a matter of, and this is how I do it, other people might do it differently, it's just a matter of opening up that library file, Kodak, there it is here, sim object airplanes. I'm going to open it back up, make sure I get the right one. Was that the Tundra? I think it was, or was it the regular? I probably got it messed up. Let's look at the Tundra. Nope, I think it's the regular CP. Open up the textures. Nope. Ha. It never works right when you're doing a movie, right? How about textures? I'm going to view large. Alright, let's go down here. Where are we at? Well, I messed that one up, didn't I? A few slides forward. See why I don't do videos? I screw things up big time. Alright, there we go. Now, I've made changes here. I can right click, go down here to open with Photoshop, and there's, let's say I made changes to this. Maybe I got these squigglies on here or something. Anyways, it's a PNG. So all I got to do now is select all, and then edit, copy, and as long as there's the same image size, I just go to the DDS. Let's see. Go to the DDS, and I'm going to go edit, paste special, paste in place. And there's my little squiggly marks. I can get rid of this background, delete the background. I'm not going to do it, but delete the background. Oh, let's do it. What the hell? Delete the background. Now I can save that DDS, and it's in game, ready to go. Okay, so hopefully that'll give you some ideas of how to do things, make things a little easier for you. I'm going to exit that. I'm not going to save. I'm going to exit that, and I'm not going to save. So that's why I set up templates, so that I can very quickly, I can go from one template to the other template, working on things, and not mess up the whole set. As long as I don't save out that base or save out that blend files, I'm good. But once I save out the blend files, then I mess everything up. And that's why there's a backup set. I have a backup, and I have a backup set that at least puts me back to the original setup. Anytime that I make a change to my Blender setup and I want that to be permanent, then I save the blend set. So anyway, and just remember, when you go through on the initial setup and you've opened up all those files and you've saved them, save your blend file. Then when you open it up, before you open it up the next time, change the name of that folder And when you open it up, you'll get the pink because it can't find it. And then you just tell it, from then on, you can go back and forth and into different sets. Hope all this crap helps. All right, later.